Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com. 4 red wines in front of me, and is there a common thread? Oh, yeah. 2 of them are made from Carignan. One of them comes from Chile, so I've got another Chilean, and I thought, oh, I've been in South America, I'll stick an Argentinian in there anyway. I'm sure I won't have offended too many people in the process. I'd better go on with it, hadn't I? First, Carignan. Alain Grignon, Carignan Vieille Vigne. I don't know how, actually it says on how old. The Vieille Vigne are 50 years old. And it's 2011 Pays d'Hérault, and pretty cheap, is it? £7.49 down to £6 a bottle, if I manage to post this video in time. Licorice and Jammy Dodgers. I can't remember the last time I had a Jammy Dodger biscuit. If you don't know what they are, they're little round, two lots of plain biscuit, one of which has a cutout. Sometimes it's a heart, sometimes it's a circle, and then in the middle you've got this slightly artificial jammy filling, and the way to eat them is you bite all the way around, so you've got just biscuit, you've eaten all the biscuit, then you've just got the jammy bit left, and then you go, and it's got that processed jam, cooked, baked smell. I think it's going to be quite fresh, but I'm just concerned that that jammy edge is gone a little bit too far. Interesting thing though, for jamminess, it's just 12.5% alcohol, so the Jammy Dodger may just be leading me up the garden path. I'll stick with the Jammy Dodger and licorice, get those same sort of characters. I don't know whether it's a particular way in which they made it. There is this vanilla softness which I don't think the wine needs. I think that the character of the wine in the first place, it had enough spice and spiciness and spiky bits to stand by itself, and there's just this, what I call this muddy vanilla that's just taking away the freshness, and so I don't mind it, but I'd like it without that little bit. Let's see what the next Carignan is going to be like. We are down in Chile here, and quite a bit older, so 2008 vintage. This is Torres Cordillera Carignan, and I think it'll be from Maule. There's in recent years there's a place in is it Cauquenes, where they found a lot of old Carignan vines and resuscitating them. So there's like a national Carignan organisation now of people all clubbing together. What you'll often find is that they're virtually all drawing fruit from the same few vineyards there, because you can't plant old vine Carignan. You can plant young vine Carignan and wait for it to get old, but I think some of the vineyards here are 80 years old or so. Yeah, 80 years, more than 80 years old. So let's give it a whirl, see where we get to. And it's typical Chile, earthy, reduced blackcurrant pastels. There's a more there's an earthiness behind it. A bit of violet scent. That I always think of violets and Carignan going together. Blackberries and but yes, this is blackcurrant character. I'll keep swirling it because sometimes with Chilean wines that initial burst of that flavour does blow off, and the rest of the wine comes through. Quite rich but dry. There's this really drying tannin that you get in your mouth, an earthy, leathery feel, and it's also got compared with the first one, which had that fresher Carignan edge, despite the jamminess, which I think was from the winemaking rather than from the fruit. This has got that overripe Carignan edge of raisins that you get in some fitu and stuff like that. I like it, but I have a strong feeling that I like a blend of these two, something that had a bit of the freshness of the freshness and fruit of the first one, and that soft maturity of the second one. It's okay. I prefer it to the Grignon wine, but yeah, good but not great. Let's see whether we get greatness in wine number 3, which is Casa Silva Reserva Carmenere from the Colchagua Valley. Chocolate wafer biscuit oak is one of the first characters I get to here. There is a little bit of reduction, not quite that blackcurranty reduction that I get in the first one, and here it feels like that sort of reduction that with time open it's going to get the wine is going to benefit from it. At the moment it's keeping it fresh. In terms of the carmenerity, is that a word? It is now. What I get coming through is that little bit of that slightly green coffee bean character, and some of the blackberries, a little bit of that exotic, maybe the hoisin in there, something sweet and sour. Smells good. Yeah, there's this earthy green jam. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? Earthy green jam. The good bit, the earthiness. So it feels like it's come from a soil. It feels like it's sucked flavours out from the ground. That toasty oak that I got to start with, that chocolate wafer biscuit, it's there in the background. The green bit, well, what I mean by the green bit is if you Carmenere is one of the last grapes to ripen, and it can be a struggle to get it to become fully ripe. However, I see some people in Chile really pushing it, and once it's ripe, leaving it there just that little bit too long. In the process, you lose acidity, and so you have to add something like some Cabernet Sauvignon or add some acidity to maintain the freshness, and you also get a little bit of raisining. Here it feels like they've picked it ripe, but not too ripe, and it's just on that. It's where the green bit is herbal rather than herbaceous, so it's not like feels like you're sucking half a piece of celery. There's this a refreshing quality to it. It's weird talking about refreshing in a wine that's 14% alcohol, but in terms of the fruit flavours, they are on that refreshing side. I like it. I think I'm going to like it more tomorrow because it feels like a wine that's really quite closed in and needs to come out of its shell. But I do like it. Let's see whether I like the final one. We are over the Andes in Argentina now for Viñalba Malbec Syrah 2010 from Patagonia. I'm presuming it's Rio Negro. Yeah, Rio Negro. It's almost a honey type of edge here. I was talking about hoisin on the first one. Here, there's feels like there's going to be a bit of sweetness, and it feels like honey. Bit of jam too, berry jam, dark berry jam. Yeah, some spice there too. It feels like there's more wine there that wants to get out, but isn't getting out today. Let's see what happens when you taste it. Highest alcohol here, 14.5%, and I do notice some of that heat coming through. This baked berry character, the plums, berries, some of that slightly shriveled up black currant. As if they were really pushing to get things right. I wish they'd picked it a bit earlier because I'd like a little bit more freshness and vif here. As it is, it's okay. I mean, it's quite big flavoured wine, but subtlety isn't its forte. But it's not. It's probably one of the cheapest wine in this lineup. It's okay. I would say that the Carmenere was my favourite, and but an interesting quartet. I will see you soon.